Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khushamdeed, ji ayanu, goeiemorgen, pakhair ragale, washmale, shunashumi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Well This Morning on a very fine and a very beautiful and pleasant Friday morning. It's absolutely beautiful over here in the Twin Cities, especially in Islamabad. But I mean, those are the mornings of winter, right? I absolutely love winter and autumn mornings especially. And well, it's always a beautiful, beautiful sight over here, especially on my way to work because I happen to cross all the beautiful Margala Hills and whatnot. But I really hope and wish that all of you happen to wake up to an amazing morning as well, inshallah. We are headed into a weekend after this, finally. I mean, for a person like me who happens to work almost all 7 days of the week, I'm always really excited for a weekend that I'm not working on, which happens to be this one. So, well, I do have a lot of plans for this one. I really hope that you guys, while you do practice your plans, I hope you stay safe doing them. Make sure to follow all the SOPs to avoid contracting the coronavirus as well. It is on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. Thousands of cases daily, increasing. All my prayers and love to you guys. I really hope that none of my beautiful viewers actually has to go through this as well. But please make sure to follow the SOPs. Jummah Mubarak. Also, please remember myself, Shaza Hashmi, and my entire team in your prayers today. I will do the same for all my viewers too. You know, just this morning I was thinking I should talk about how it is very important to start your day in a way that actually sets your mood right. Some of the times it does happen, especially, well, when I was a student and I used to wake up for school, sometimes I was so agitated, I did not want to go to school. And just people waking me up for school used to make me so angry and my entire day would go wrong. So then I, you know, eventually a few days after that, not actually a few days, few years after that, when I started living in my hostel, I thought I should resort to something that brings peace to my mind early in the morning. And what can that be? So, well, alhamdulillah, I want to say I actually picked up on this habit due to my mom. She used to play early in the morning. She used to play on loud tilawat from Quran-e-Pak in our house. And even when we were sleeping, we used to get it in our, you know, dreams. Sometimes you're half asleep, lucid dreaming, and you sometimes hear the voices around you, right? So we used to even listen to tilawat when we were dreaming. And that is why I sort of picked up on this habit. So till date, now I'm married, mashallah, I live in my own house and everything. Till date, I wake up, the first thing I do on my phone, or the first thing I ever do, is play tilawat on my phone. Just this morning, I was listening to Surah Rahman. How beautiful is it? And absolutely, there is absolutely no favor of my God that I can deny. Indeed, none of us can. He is the most merciful. And speaking of his favors, don't you guys think Quran-e-Pak, the book in itself, is a favor from our God? I think so. I'll tell you why. It is a miracle. It is indeed a miracle. A book that is so timeless. And I'm saying timeless because, you know, somewhere I was reading that with age, Quran gets younger. As old as the time gets, Quran gets younger. And it made so much sense because imagine almost more than 1400 years after the Quran was revealed, we are here learning our lessons and learning our history from the Quran. It is as relevant as it was back then, right? Smallest matter, let me tell you, it is for every single person. The president of a state or a beggar on the street, if any of them are going through a problem, they can find the solution of that problem or the way to lead their life in the Quran. How beautiful is it? It is a complete message. And well, as we all know, it was revealed to our Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, years, hundreds of years ago, and till date, it is in its best condition. No one other than Allah can actually, you know, create such a beautiful wonder as well. So as if I'm not already given it away, let me just tell you today we are definitely going to be in conversation with some people who have made Quran as their entire life. They have learned the Quran by heart and they try to practice it every day as well, and then they try to preach it to others as well, because that is the way of our life, right? That is our religion, that is our beautiful Islam. So without further ado, I shall be introducing the guests over here. And the first one actually I have over here is a miracle. He's a very young mind, mashallah. But he's a Hafiz-e-Quran. And not just that, since mashallah, I know a lot of people who are Hafiz-e-Quran, but mashallah, he's so talented. You just open Quran from one page. You put your finger on an ayat. You ask him the number of the ayat. He will recite it for you. He can tell you what surat the ayat is from. You just open one page and he can recite the entire page for you. Mashallah, it's really interesting to actually be in the company of someone like that, to be inspired from someone like that. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, right away, I'm bringing him to your screens. He is none other than Hafiz Abdul Wahab. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm fine.
Thank you so much for coming to our show. And mashallah, you are a wonder. I was reading about you, and well, I just want to say, mashallah, you are so inspirational. We will get to testing you, but after 5 minutes, okay? Just let me introduce your amazing teachers over here. Next to Abdul Wahab, ladies and gentlemen, we happen to have one of the Islamic teachers over here. She's a teacher, yes, and also an award holder for the kind of information and knowledge she has about the book Quran as well. She's none other than Qaria Asma Zahid. Hello, assalamu alaikum, ma'am. Welcome to our show. Next to Miss Asma, we have another Qaria over here. She happens to be a teacher as well, also an award holder. She is Qaria Minhaj Rauf. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Okay, so Miss Asma, Jummah hai. Let's start our day with a beautiful tilawat from Quran Pak, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم ثلة من الأولين وقليل من الآخرين على سرر موضونة متكئين عليها متقابلين ويطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون بأكواب وأباريق وأباريق وكأس من معين لا يصدعون عنها ولا ينزفون وفاكهة مما يتخيرون ولحم طير مما يشتهون وحور عين كأمثال اللؤلؤ المكنون جزاء بما كانوا يعملون لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما صدق الله العظيم.
जज़ाकल्लाह जज़ाकल्लाह मिस आसमा बहुत खूबसूरत माशाल्लाह आपने तिलावत की. I think this actually did set a mood for our entire day, right? Inshallah, I really hope you all have an amazing day. But now getting on to our little star over here, Hafiz Abdul Wahab. Abdul Wahab, when did you start learning the Quran by heart?
I started learning the Quran by heart on 26th May.
Okay, this year?
No,
Okay, which year?
2018.
Mashallah, very nice. So did you enjoy the process?
Really.
Really? That's nice. So, of course, I will definitely ask you about the Quran itself, but this is a personal question. Do you think that after learning the Quran, did you have any changes in your personality?
Yes. After learning the Quran, my personality has really changed. First of all, before learning the Quran, I always shout and didn't respect the elders, but after learning the Quran, my this habit changed, and now
Wow.
I respect the elders.
Mashallah. That's
And
really nice.
when we read the Quran, that it's a feeling that our heart is always in peace.
It is, right? This is what I was talking about. It is so. And you also feel that there is a straight connection with Allah in you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, do you have, of course, I mean, each and every single word, or rather harf of Quran is beautiful, but do you have that one favorite surah that you're always reciting, jiska matlab aapke dil ke bahut kareeb ho?
Surah Rahman, Surah Yasin, Surah Waqia,
Right.
and Surah Mulk.
That's beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, Abdul Wahab, I'm going to request your teacher, Miss Asma, to question you. This is going to be sort of a rapid fire question, and this is really exciting because you guys, I keep telling you, Abdul Wahab over here is a star child. He really is, and he's going to prove it. So Miss Asma, ask away. कुछ भी पूछें आप इससे. कोई आयत पूछें, कोई सूरत पूछें, and yes, here you go. Are you ready, Abdul Wahab?
Yes.
Let's do it.
पहले पारे में कितने रुकू हैं?
First para contains 16 rukus and 141 verses. Only one surah is present, and the name of surah is Surah Baqarah, and Surah Baqarah was revealed in Medina. And first para is in Manzil 1. Manzil 1 contains 5.25 paras. It contains 106 pages. It contains 85 rukuas, and it contains 669 ayahs.
Wow.
माशाल्लाह.
Yes, Miss Asma, next question.
इस सूरतुल अनफाल की 5 रुकू पढ़ें.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل للذين كفروا وما كان صلاتهم عند البيت إلا مكاء وتصدية فذوقوا العذاب بما كنتم تكفرون.
सूरत तौबा की तीसरा पेज.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قاتلوهم يعذبهم الله بأيديكم ويخزهم وينصركم عليهم ويشفي صدور قوم مؤمنين.
So what if Miss Asma asks, she reads out an ayah and then you tell which surah is it from? Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. आप आया पढ़ेंगी वो सूरह बताएगा.
वमिनहुम मन यस्तमिऊन इलैक, ये कौन सी सूरत है?
It's Surah Yunus, and the ayah of Surah Yunus is 42,
Wow, mashallah.
and it's para number 11.
Mashallah.
माशाल्लाह. सूरत यूसुफ की दूसरा पेज सलासा से दूसरा पेज सूरत यूसुफ.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا إن الشيطان للإنسان عدو مبين.
Mashallah. Last two questions. Let's do it, Miss Asma.
قال فاخرج منها فإنك رجيم, ये कौन सी सूरत है?
Surah Hijr and Surah Swad. In both surahs this ayah comes.
Wow.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
Okay.
Okay, that is brilliant. Miss Asma, how would you rate Abdul Wahab? Will you give him a 5-star?
Yes.
That's very nice. MashaAllah, this is brilliant, Abdul Wahab. So who taught you this? Who has been your teacher throughout?
Qari Muhammad Zahid. has been my teacher
Yeah.
throughout 2 years.
MashaAllah.
And I'm really thankful to him, and I'm really thankful to the principal of the institute, Sadiq Public School,
Yes.
Sarasi Chima.
Okay.
May Allah
that's
bless
nice.
him,
Ameen.
and all the other Hafiz and Qaris who helped me in this particular task. I'm really thankful to them, and my parents. I'm really thankful to them, and in the end, I'm really thankful to Almighty Allah, because
course.
without His help, it's not possible.
It is absolutely true. But Abdul Wahab, can I tell you one thing? While yes, of course, you did a great job, and you are going to take your family members with you in the Jannah, yes, but you are an inspiration, and I'm so happy to say that, actually, that you're so well spoken, mashallah. You know the Quran, you know your ethics, and you know the worldly knowledge as well, mashallah. That is brilliant. But if I could move on to Qaria Minhaj over here. Ma'am, could you share with us when did you learn your Quran by heart? Who taught you?
I learned Quran Pak from my brother.
Okay, your brother, mashallah.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. When was that? Kab? Okay, it's been few years, and now you're a teacher, right?
Teacher's name.
No, you
Teacher
are a
at-
teacher now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. So, Qaria Minhaj, you're also an award holder, माशाल्लाह. तो आप किरत करती हैं, तिलावत करती हैं, और उसके अलावा बच्चों को कुरान सिखाती हैं, हिफ्स कराती हैं बच्चों को कुरान, माशाल्लाह. बहुत अच्छी बात है, और अल्लाह आपको इसकी जज़ा दुनिया में और आखिरत में ज़रूर देगा इंशाल्लाह. मिस आसमा, आपने कब कुरान को हिफ्स किया था?
मैं 10 साल की थी कि मैंने हिफ्ज़ किया था
माशाल्लाह. अच्छा.
जी. मैं दुबई से हिफ्ज़ मुकम्मल किया था,
जी जी
और अब तक अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं क़िरात के शोबे से ताल्लुक़ रखती
जी
हूँ.
जी.
क़िरात में अभी भी यानी ख़ुद अपने साथ ना पढ़ती हूँ उस्ताज़ों से,
अच्छा अच्छा.
और बहुत ज़्यादा शौक़ है मुझे,
माशाल्लाह.
और मैं इदारा भी चलाती हूँ अपना.
Achha. That's nice. You have your own institute. That's
Yes.
really nice. And you know, Miss Asma over here said that she's actually really fond of doing Qira and Tilawat. And you know, when actually you feel like doing something so good from your own heart, you are best at it. And शायद यही वजह है Miss Asma कि हमने अभी आपकी तिलावत सुनी, so beautiful, mashallah. It's because you love doing it, right?
Yes.
So आपको मलेशिया से माशाल्लाह अवार्ड भी मिला था.
जी जी.
वो भी बताएं हमें.
मैं पाकिस्तान पोजीशन होल्डर हूँ,
अच्छा.
फर्स्ट पोजीशन.
तिलावत में.
जी जी, तिलावत.
ठीक है, माशाल्लाह.
और इस साल भी मेरी कंपटीशन हुआ था.
हाँ.
फर्स्ट पोजीशन, यानी मैं 4-5 दफ़ा पोजीशन ले चुकी हूँ,
माशाल्लाह.
और मलेशिया एक दफ़ा जा चुकी हूँ, दूसरी दफ़ा अभी है मेरा.
और दोबारा से
जी,
awards
जी,
हो-
दोबारा
ओह
से।
माशाल्लाह. गुड लक, इंशाल्लाह दोबारा आप जीतेंगी. आप प्राइड ऑफ पाकिस्तान हैं,
जी।
आप तीनों बल्कि माशाल्लाह से. बट लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, वी रियली हैव टू सॉर्ट ऑफ wrap this segment up. So before that, Hafiz Abdul Wahab, we are going to wrap the segment, but I want to ask you, is there a message you want to give to the youths of Pakistan right now, because so many of them are watching you?
Anything you watch on YouTube and other on TV, that a boy is learning Quran in a unique form, never think that you can't do this. You can do anything. You just need to have the potential, and you need to work hard.
Absolutely, that is so brilliant. And Abdul Wahab, you spoke about one thing very important. You know, we live in a time where we get to have a lot of information on either YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatnot. But it is our duty to see what is right and wrong. Can I tell you guys one thing? Harvard, the most reputed educational institute, actually declared Quran to be the best book about insaf, or about, I don't know how to call it, about justice or equality. Isn't that beautiful? So each and every single person, not only Muslims, whoever has read and understood Quran for the first time, he knows what Quran is talking about. He must know that our religion is all about peace. Miss Asma, आप क्या message देंगी पाकिस्तानी youth को खास करके? I'm talking about youth because 64% youth है हमारी country में, और वो हमारे future leaders हैं.
मैं पाकिस्तान को ये मैसेज दूंगी कि हर बच्चा कुरान पाक को तजवीद के साथ पढ़ें,
बिल्कुल.
इसलिए कि इसमें दुनिया और आखिरत की कामयाबी है,
जी.
और हमें ये क़िरत मकामात वगैरह के लिहाज से बहुत आगे जाना चाहिए.
जी.
जैसे बाहर ममालिक में देख चुकी हूँ, बहुत आगे हैं, और पाकिस्तान को भी इसमें आगे जाना चाहिए. मैं
बिल्कुल.
ये मैसेज देती हूँ कि यानी वालिदैन अपने बच्चों पर ज़रूर तवज्जो दें.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much for saying that. And yes, that is true. Actually, I just learned that there are international competitions held for Tilawat where you go.
Yes.
It's a great step, right? So for all of the parents who are actually thinking to or probably are confused about either letting their kid go to, Hifz the Quran Pak, first of all, there's no questions. Of course, this is the most beautiful deed you can make your child do. Just make sure they do it. And then, international recognition is one thing that will encourage them even more to, of course, learn about the religion. But towards the end, Qaria Minhaj Rauf, ma'am, aap, if you don't mind, aap tilawat ke saath agar ye segment wrap up kar dein.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز العليم غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي الطول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير ما يجادل في آيات الله إلا الذين كفروا فلا يغرك تقلبهم في البلاد كذبت قبلهم قوم نوح والأحزاب من بعدهم وهمت كل أمة برسولهم ليأخذوه وجادلوا بالباطل ليدحضوا به الحق فأخذتهم فكيف كان عقاب
Jazakallah.
صدق الله العظيم
Sadaqallahu Azim, Jazakallah. बहुत खूबसूरत माशाल्लाह आपने तिलावत की. And thank you so much for being here, all three of you. May you make Pakistan even more proud. And all three of you are actually contributing a lot, not just to our country, but also towards enlightening people about our religion. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Pakistani youth never fails to amaze me. Almost every other day I come across stories of how amazing things not only well, of course, they're doing in their lives, but they're setting a record that their youngsters can follow as well. And it's just beautiful to see. A few days ago, actually, my team actually came across two twin sisters who are traveling all over the world and are writing and also filming a travelogue about it. How interesting is that? You know what? I'm going to share it with you guys, but right after this very short break. So stay tuned to meet with these amazing sisters. Good morning.
The Badshai Mosque, or the Royal Mosque in Lahore, commissioned by the 6th Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb in 1671 and completed in 1673, is the second largest mosque in Pakistan and South Asia and the 5th largest mosque in the world. Epitomizing the beauty, passion and grandeur of the Mughal era. It is Lahore's most famous landmark and a major tourist attraction. Capable of accommodating 5,000 worshippers in its main prayer hall and a further 95,000 in its courtyard, it remains the largest mosque in the world. From 1673 to 1986, a period of 313 years, when overtaken in size by the completion of the Faisal Mosque in Islamabad. Today, it remains the second largest mosque in Pakistan and South Asia and the 5th largest mosque in the world after Masjid al-Haram, Grand Mosque of Mecca, and Al-Masjid al-Nabwi, Prophet's Mosque in Medina. The Hassan II Mosque in Casablanca and the Faisal Mosque in Islamabad. To appreciate its large size, the 4 minarets of the Badshai Mosque are 13.9 feet, 4.2 meters taller than those of the Taj Mahal, and the main platform of the Taj Mahal can fit inside the 278,784 square feet courtyard of the Badshai Mosque, which is the largest mosque courtyard in the world. Architectural wonders of Pakistan.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Well This Morning with only Shaza Hashmi today. I really hope you guys are having an amazing morning with me, an informative one, like we always try to bring the show to you. But okay, so before I went out on a short break, I was discussing with you about these two very beautiful, very energetic, two cute twin sisters who decided to start something of their own. So what was it? Of course, they became a blogger, but to add to that, the more interesting part is they're travel bloggers. They compiled their travel stories and made a book about it, published the book, and now they're going to launch it. How amazing is that? So basically what they did was, so of course they traveled, but for a person like me who's probably going to see their blog or is probably going to read their book, it is going to create for me a whole new experience of actually being in that place. These are real stories of, well, all the things that they did. The book is called Twin Travelers, but actually before I actually read something out of the book, I'm going to introduce these beautiful girls over here and ask them what inspired them to be what they are today. Without further ado, first of all, I've been joined by Wajiha Zishan. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Walaikum salam. Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us, Wajiha. Next to Wajiha, we have Tabinda Zishan. Assalamu alaikum, Tabinda. How are you? So, let's begin. Twin Travelers. Is this the name of the blog as well?
Yes. No, yes, the blog.
Okay, so Wajiha, why don't you start with the story of who decided to start the blog?
Well, actually, we had a conversation with our career counselor regarding our university application, and he gave us a suggestion that why don't you start blogging. So we decided to write travel blogs. It was both of our idea because this is something we love and we wanted to benefit others as well from our blogging. So that's why we decided to write travel blogs so that we could share our experiences with other people and benefit them.
That's nice. So when was it? What year?
It was last year.
Last year? It's been 1 year since you
1
guys
year,
have been
it's
doing
one.
this. That's very nice. And both of you are in A2 now.
Yes. Yes.
So isn't it being compromised? Because this is like one of the crucial years of your studies. Aren't your parents like, Wajiha Tabinda, chhod do ab tasveerein banana, padho baith ke. Does it happen?
No, they are like supporting us fully.
That's really nice and that's so much fun as well. So Tabinda, you tell us, in the last 1 year, I have the book of course, but you tell me what are some of the places you covered and how many places in total?
We have been to like six countries abroad and a
Wow.
lot of places in Pakistan. For example, we have been to Naran Kagan, Thal Desert and Murray Hills, and abroad we have been to Dubai, Singapore, Europe.
That's really nice. And which one has been your favorite?
For me, my favorite was Singapore.
Really? I've actually never been to Singapore, but it seems so futuristic. Is it?
It is really beautiful. You
Really?
must visit.
And is it expensive?
It's
I hear.
very much. It's very much expensive.
Oh, for real. What about you, Wajiha? Which one has been your favorite?
Well, Switzerland.
Oh my God. Where did you guys go?
We went to Zurich and Geneva.
Oh, and how did you like it?
It was extremely beautiful.
Are you guys the only two sisters or do you have more siblings?
No, we are the only two sisters.
Nice. So your parents go along with you and you guys
Yes.
have family trips. That's
Yes, family
interesting.
trips.
So would you girls say that, okay, so for me, I feel like exposure to especially foreign countries and cultures is very important at your age because you learn so much and you're open to the beliefs of others. You know what I mean? So for example, if you didn't go to Switzerland and if you lived your life in Pakistan all the time, you wouldn't know, if you ever met someone Swiss, you wouldn't know how to greet them or how to meet them, and you wouldn't be tolerant of the practices that they have. So do you feel there has been a change in the way you perceive the world after you've seen the world?
Yes, there has been a change because the way their way of living in their culture, everything is different. So, by traveling around the world, we have enhanced our knowledge,
Right.
For us,
Yes, go
it's
on.
basically a way of learning.
Okay.
We learn from everything. So that's why we love to travel because it gives us knowledge.
It does actually. So your parents must enjoy it. Are they actually the ones who are like really crazy about traveling?
Yes, they love traveling.
That's
Yes,
a fun
yes.
family then.
Yes.
So while I'm going to, of course, ask you some of the lessons you learned from your travels, I'm first of all going to ask you a funny and an embarrassing moment. You tell me about Wajiha and you tell me about Tabinda. Can you do that?
We don't have actually some embarrassing moments.
Okay, funny ones maybe? Something exciting, a memory that just sticks with you that happened anywhere?
Yes, we went to Thailand. We went to Tiger Kingdom over there. They were real tigers, and we were locked up in a cage with them. And there were 5 and 6 of them. And we also hugged them. We played with them. We fed them.
Weren't you scared?
No,
We were just scared for a minute or two in the
Two, yeah.
start, but then we felt so much comfortable because the tigers were so much loving.
Are they trained or something?
Yes, they are trained.
Okay, that's nice. So that must be like one hell of an experience. I don't know
Yes.
if I should say that.
Yes.
But okay, that's great. What about you? Is this a similar one for you?
Yes, that's my most memorable memory till now.
I wish we had some pictures that we could show over here, but you let me know about your blogs, what social media you use.
We
And-
have our website on WordPress and we have our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, that's interesting with the name of Twin Travelers. So if any of you is interested about their photos and stories, you can go find them. I am now going to, oh my God, read about the Swiss Alps. Okay, just a small paragraph. Cable car is one of the ways to reach to the top. Did you guys use the cable car?
Yes, we did.
How was it?
It was so amazing.
Really? The only cable car I've used is, well, the one in Murray. Have you guys been there?
Yes.
It's fun, right? So, well, of course, I mean, in Pakistan, there are quite some fun activities that you can do. And The good part is, while these young girls were traveling abroad as well, they made sure to travel their own country first too, so that they can, well, let you guys and let me know about how the experience was, and then we can learn something from them. So now coming to Pakistan specifically, what was your favorite trip?
My favorite trip was to Naran because over there Lake Saif al Muluk is so much beautiful.
Yes.
It's so much breathtaking. You can never find such a beautiful lake in Switzerland as well.
That's true,
So-
and that is one of the only things I've seen ever in the northern Pakistan. I don't know why I never planned my trips, but I should. And the first time I landed there, you use a jeep, right, to
Yes,
actually go
yes,
there.
jeep.
And when I went there, I was like, okay, this is, my eyes cannot contain this. It was so surreal. Do you think the same?
Yes.
And which was this your favorite part of Pakistan as well?
Yes, Lake Saif al Muluk is exceptionally beautiful.
It is exceptionally beautiful. So, do your like class fellows and do your friends ask you about what you did there and what did you
Yes.
buy for me? The most typical question.
Oh, yeah.
Does it happen? How do you deal with them?
We just get them whatever they want.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I wish I had similar friends as well. But okay, let's talk about the book now. When did you guys get it published?
We got it published a week ago.
Okay, that's nice. And you are going to launch it soon?
Yes, we're going to launch it on Sunday, 8th of November.
Where? Let us know about the details so that maybe whoever is interested can join you.
The event is going to be held in Marriott at 3 p.m. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
3
that's
to
great.
5 p.m. at
3 to
Noor
5.
Mahal Hall.
And you both are going to be there. So if I
Yes.
come and I want to get my copy signed, are you guys going to do that?
Yes, we will do it for you.
That's so sweet. Thank you. But Wajiha, other than being a writer, probably I'm just assuming you want to be a writer in the future. So what do you want to be other than being?
I want to work in the environmental sector.
Oh, right. So what are some of the in that particular sectors? Did you learn anything from like countries other than Pakistan on how we can probably conserve our energy, we can reduce our emissions, and deal with the climate change?
Yes, the one thing which I found was cleanliness. In Pakistan, we don't have cleanliness. Pakistan is a very beautiful country. We are not
Yes.
less than any other country. We have mountains, we have sea, we have everything. But the only problem we have is cleanliness. We should keep our country clean, which we are not doing.
That's really true. What about you, Tabinda? What do you aspire to be?
I want to be an environmental scientist.
Both of you?
Yeah.
That's really nice. So do you guys like always get similar ideas?
Yeah, we have similar interests. We have been working together since like childhood.
Wow.
So we just even think same.
So would you say you are inspired by Greta Thunberg? Are you?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's safe to say. It's all right. I was just asking. Who inspires you to be the environmental scientist? that
My
you
mother actually inspires me. She works in the same sector.
are? Okay, that's
So
nice.
I'm inspired from her.
That's brilliant. But you know, I have another question about this book though. You guys, here is, this is the book that I'm talking about. It's called The Twin Travelers. You'll be able to get it after Sunday from anywhere probably. And on Sunday, you'll get it from Marriott. So 3 to 5, just be there. So, well, you know what? You could just make a blog, right?
Yes.
You could just click pictures and just, you know, put an emoji under it and be like, this is my blog. Why did you feel like you had to write a book? Or write your experiences
We just
down?
wanted to let people know about how beautiful our world is, how beneficial it is to travel.
Yes.
So that's what we wanted to encourage.
Okay, that's very nice. What about you, Wajiha?
Yes, basically we were inspired by the infrastructure, the cultures around the world, and that's what we wanted to show people. Also, we wanted to
Right.
share our experiences with them. That's why we thought of writing about travel blog.
That's interesting because, of course, the words you choose are actually going to paint a picture
Yes.
of what it is. And for people like me who have actually never seen it in real, we will see it through your words. So it's really interesting. So, girls, this is a weird question actually, but I'm really interested. Is there an elder sibling in twins? There must be, right?
Yes, I'm the elder
You're the elder
sibling,
one.
yes.
Oh, okay. And do you like exercise your power sometimes?
No.
Is she nice?
Yeah, but she gets annoying sometimes.
That's natural, can I tell you that? I mean,
Yes.
after so many years, me and my siblings, we're still annoyed by each other. So who makes the more decisions? Or like, do you guys think that maybe I should go with probably Tabinda's ideas or probably Wajiha's ideas because they're always nice?
We always have a mutual agreement over that. We share our ideas, and the one which we like the most, we go for that then.
Okay, that's nice. Do you agree with her?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Again, how many copies did you guys publish of this one? This is, again, a weird question, but because a lot of people, I know youngsters especially, who are in your age, who are going to
Yeah.
school or colleges, they aspire to be like you, to have something on their own. So what is the magnitude of the thing that you're on to?
We basically want to inspire them to start writing,
Yes.
because writing is learning. If it's not about they have to write about something specific. They can write about anything, whether they are dreaming about something, whether they are tasting different cuisines or anything. They should write. They should write their experiences. They should write what they love, because writing is learning.
Because that's going to benefit them as a person, it'll help them grow as a person,
Absolutely.
it'll enhance their learning, and will obviously benefit the society as well.
That is true. A lot of people who need legit advice or opinion about the places as well. So, well, this is really interesting. So, should we be expecting a Twin Travelers Volume 2?
Yes. Yeah, very soon.
for
Next year,
real?
probably.
Okay, that's nice, mashallah. But aren't you guys restricted due to the pandemic? How are you guys going to travel?
You know, this is the new normal. We have to learn to live with this.
Okay.
So if you're traveling, you should observe the proper precautions.
Right.
Wear mask, use sanitizer, maintain social distancing, but it doesn't stop you from traveling.
That's true. But other than, okay, let's talk about something other than the book, but in terms of the pandemic, on personal level, what changes did you feel this brought to our life? For me, in terms of my job, alhamdulillah, it was going on because, it's a state channel, so you can't take a chutti for the sake of it, right? You have to come here every other morning. Other than that, I think I was really restricted. I couldn't meet my family members, of course. I couldn't just hang out with my friends or go to eating places, whatnot. But it is really minor as compared to the people who had bigger problems. What changes or problems did you guys have in the
We
pandemic?
actually lost our grandfather because of
I'm so
COVID.
sorry.
So that's why it was definitely one of the worst time period for us.
Of course, I'm so sorry. It must be so traumatic for you. I cannot
Yeah,
even
it
imagine.
was.
So did you adopt something new, a new habit, probably a hobby? Actually, that's the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started to learn cooking and baking.
Yeah.
What did you learn? I actually started cooking in the pandemic as well. What did you learn?
We started learning making cakes and cupcakes and pancakes. And
That's
everything.
nice. Did you do the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one thing. I want your opinion on it, since you are, well, the mind and the face of the youth of Pakistan. Where you mentioned you guys learned baking. Some people I know learned baking as well in the pandemic. And because everything was so limited, they started to go online with their,
Yeah.
home kitchens and small businesses
Yeah.
and whatnot. It's a good idea, right?
Yes.
Do you think so as well?
Yeah, because our friends do the same.
Yeah, isn't it empowering
Yes.
the youth? Because
Yep.
I didn't see that. Actually, my parents, of course, when we listen to their stories, they never tell similar stories. It has always been a struggle for the generation prior to ours to actually start something new. But because of the internet and because of social media, I think we are really easily equipped to start something of our own, like you did with this, mashallah. So when you're into your colleges and universities, is this still going to be a thing?
Yeah.
It should
is.
be. It should be. And are you guys going to go to the same university? You must be
Probably
applying
will
now.
be going to the same university.
Oh, where are you applying, if I may ask?
Europe and America.
Interesting, interesting. That's really nice. So, well, you know what? I wish you the best of luck for all your future endeavors. You're amazing to be in conversation with. You're so inspirational. And Twin Travelers is the next thing that I'm going to buy, ladies and gentlemen. So you just be there as well. Well, I'm not just, endorsing it for the sake of it. It's really interesting. I actually do have younger siblings. I'll share it with them as well. So very quickly, girls, I want you to give out a message, a piece of your mind to the youth of Pakistan so that, it may inspire them. This is a camera. Go ahead.
We would want you to start writing and share your views on different issues and highlight your point of views, because our youth has great potential and it's a great opportunity for them to to share their views on social media platforms and express their point of views.
Oh, wow, brilliant. Tabinda, what about you?
I have a humble request to everyone that keep Pakistan clean. We have a beautiful country and God has bestowed our country with every blessing. You can think of anything and it's available here. So just keep it clean so that a lot of people from the world can visit us and have a remarkable experience over here.
Absolutely, and that is so true. I totally agree with you, but thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being so amazing. Your parents must be so proud of you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned something from our show. And by learning, I don't mean like a literal learning in terms of material that I'm going to give you a test. By learning, I mean that something inspires you. Maybe one of the girls inspired you, maybe one of their stories inspired you, or maybe Hafiz Abdul Wahab that we had in the first segment inspired you. Anything. Take inspiration from smaller things around you and your life is going to be absolutely absolutely beautiful. Have you guys actually visited the north of Pakistan, or even the south for that matter, because it has a huge cultural relevance and importance as well? If you have any interesting travel stories for you, from you, maybe you can share them with me. I'll be really inspired to read them. And for that, you will have to write to us on our Facebook page with the name of World This Morning, or Twitter with the name of World This Morning without a G, or YouTube to watch my videos with the name of World This Morning again on the PTV World channel. And the repeat of this one you can catch at 5 past midnight tonight. Please do not forget to remember me and my entire team in your prayers as well. Jummah Mubarak. Take care. Allah Hafiz.